We're getting 2 new MCU movies this year, both Spider-Man Brand New Day and Avengers Doomsday. And before we get the first trailer for Spider-Man Brand New Day next week, I've come with my fully updated MCU ranking. I've had this ranking for quite some time, never really did a full video on it. I've done some shorts for top 10, bottom 10. Those have obviously changed around by this time, but it's fun to rank. It's fun to debate. Why not make an entire video ranking every single movie in the MCU? In the future, I'm definitely open to ranking all MCU projects as a whole. Throw some TV shows in this ranking. Anything that the MCU has dropped, we're ranking all of it. I'll definitely be able to do that sooner rather than later if anyone wants to see that. And we also have movies that are not a part of the MCU. Maybe someone wants an X-Men ranking. Someone wants a ranking of all movies that are not a part of the MCU. I can definitely bring that as well. Anything you guys want to see, let me know. We've got 37 MCU movies. Hopefully I don't forget any. I did a Pixar ranking before I went to see Hoppers, and I forgot Lightyear was even a Pixar movie. But speaking of Pixar ranking, I will do a full updated ranking as I have now seen both Hoppers and Elio, so stay on the lookout for that. But without further ado, at the bottom, we got The Incredible Hulk. Snooze fest, forgetful in every way, just not fun for me. Number 36, I have Captain Marvel. Now, coming off of Infinity War, after everyone had blipped, I was in so much shock that we lost half the universe, and then we see Captain Marvel's coming out. I was stoked, and let me say, when I saw it in theaters, I did not think it was that bad, but I did a full MCU rewatch in order pretty recently, and it just completely trickled down the list. At number 36, I have Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. My boy Kang did not get justice in this movie, nor did he get justice in this universe. At number 34, I have Eternals. Not as bad as everyone says it is, but definitely not good. At number 33, and this is my first hot take on the list, I have Captain America: The First Avenger. And honestly, this could probably be pushed down some more. Every time I've seen this movie or I've tried to watch this movie, I end up falling asleep. It's just not fun at all. There are some fun action sequences, I guess you could say, but this movie is actually boring. At number 32, I have Black Widow. Actually not a bad movie, but same argument as everyone else. You could have given me this 5 years earlier before she was dead. At number 31, I have Ant-Man and the Wasp. Not the best written story, but it is pretty fun. I'm probably the only Ghost fan in the entire MCU fandom. But at number 30, I have Thor: The Dark World, and it pains me for my boy to be down this low because this is my favorite hero in all of fiction. Now, Thor: The Dark World is not as bad as everyone says it is. I'm hearing worse MCU movie from multiple people. That is just simply not the case, but it's definitely not good enough to be higher than anyone else. At number 29, I have Thor: Love and Thunder. I was super excited for this movie. First movie we got since Ragnarok, and I just was let down. At number 28, I have Iron Man 3. I'm actually an Iron Man 3 fan, just not good enough to put above anyone else. At number 27, I have Spider-Man: Far From Home. Probably one of the worst Spider-Man movies of all, Toby, Andrew, and Tom. At number 26, I have Doctor Strange: The Multiverse of Madness. Was also super hyped for this movie, and I was completely let down. At number 25, I have the first Thor movie. Not bad, just simply Shakespearean Thor. I mean, what else is there to say about it? At number 24, I have the Marvels. I actually like the Marvels. I liked it when it came out. I still like it to this day. I'm pretty higher on it than most people, but I actually think it was fun other than the forgetful villain because I don't even remember her name. At number 24, I have Ant-Man. Again, another fun time. It's just like you can't really put it anywhere else, but I do like this movie. At number 23, I have Iron Man 2. This used to be way higher than 23. I'm an Iron Man 2 fan. I actually like all the Iron Man films, but you know, after rewatch, it kind of trickled down the list a bit. Number 21, I have Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. Rest in peace to Chadwick Boseman. Ryan Coogler, my favorite director right now, had so little to work with, and he still delivered. It's a great film. At number 20, I have Doctor Strange, one of the better origins in the MCU. At number 19, I have Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Ego is so fun. Kurt Russell is great. Chris Pratt is great. Mantis is great. The movie's just fun. James Gunn magic. At number 18, I have Captain America: Brave New World. Again, a movie I like probably more than most. Ending is a bit forgetful. They could have sucked the landing a little bit better, but I've heard a take around town before that if they did not market Red Hulk, this movie would have been 10 times better, and I kind of agree. At number 17, I have Deadpool and Wolverine, a cameo fest, but a fun one at that. And even beating a cameo fest and beating Cassandra Nova with the power of friendship, I still think that the story is pretty good. That opening scene, it's probably one of the best opening scenes in the MCU or in all of Marvel, to be honest. At number 16, I have Spider-Man: Homecoming, another great origin in the MCU. I don't want to hear none of this Iron Man Jr. stuff. The Iron Man in this movie works so well for the plot, and you're not going to get rid of him because Sony owns the rights, and to get this movie in the MCU, you have to have an MCU character in that movie, so what are you going to do about it? But we're now here in the top 15, and kicking off the top 15, I have Iron Man. Just completely changed superhero movies for what we know them as today, and while doing all of that and being as iconic as it is, is, it's also great. Number 14, I have Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. This movie, honestly, to me is so rewatchable. I was not expecting Shang-Chi, a random MCU movie, to come out in 2021 to bang like this, but it went crazy. At number 13, I have a new establishment in the MCU. I have Thunderbolts. Ever since Thunderbolts was announced, it was getting so much hate. I felt like I was the only one advocating for this movie, saying that it was going to be good, and it came out and it was good. At number 12, I have Black Panther. Ryan Coogler, call me biased, I really don't care. Don't know when the people decided to hate on this movie. This movie's still top tier. It's still one of the best. The soundtrack is probably the best that we've ever gotten in a Marvel movie. Ryan Coogler did his big one with Black Panther. And at number 11, I have Avengers Age of Ultron. Probably one of the most underrated movies in all the MCU. Does not get talked about nearly enough. And we have to mention its rewatchability too. If you haven't seen it in a long time, just go throw it on. It's so fun to have in the background, or while you're paying attention, you can just rewatch it whenever you feel like it, and it's fun every time. But kicking off the top 10, and we're now in great status. None of these 10 movies are below great. I have Avengers Endgame at number 10. Now, I've been one of the main ones saying if Avengers Doomsday needs to be 4 hours, then make it 4 hours. It didn't necessarily lose me, but in the second act of the film, it did start to drag a bit, but the last 40 minutes are obviously undeniable. At number 9, I have Fantastic Four: First Steps, a top 5 film for me last year, 2025. Another movie I was advocating heavy for. I was a big fan of the cast. Not a lot of people thought Pedro Pascal could do it. They didn't think Joseph Quinn could do it. They didn't even think Vanessa Kirby could do it, and they all killed it. It's just a whole lot of fun. But here at number 8, I have Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I mean, it's James Gunn. It's typical James Gunn magic. Guardians is always going to be peak. The emotional backstory of Rocket, was not expecting it to hit that hard, but it hit that hard, and it made all the better. At number 7, I have Avengers 2012. Another movie where the rewatchability is just so high. The core six getting together for the first time on screen. Nick Fury put together a masterclass. At number 6, I have the first Guardians movie. No one expected this to hit in 2014, and it was a bang. Who are these no-name heroes? Who even are the Guardians of the Galaxy? We don't know, but we just love to watch them. Kicking off the top 5, I have a post-Endgame movie. So if you're a person who says the MCU fell off after Endgame, you're just wrong. I have Spider-Man No Way Home, in argument to be the best live-action Spider-Man movie that we've ever gotten. Tom Holland's Spider-Man is my favorite Spider-Man. I do think he is the best one, but getting all three on the screen at the same time, fighting the Sinister Six or Five, whatever you want to call it, it's just peak. At number 4, I have Thor Ragnarok, and I'm standing 10 toes on this one. Like I mentioned earlier, Thor, my favorite hero in all of fiction. This is just the perfect balance of Shakespearean Thor and comedic Thor. Not to mention Loki is great. Doctor Strange is great for the time that he's in it. Odin is great. Hela is great. It's just so good, bro. And at number 3, I have Captain America: The Winter Soldier. You want to talk about just straight hands? I remember one of my friends asked in the group chat, I need a movie that's just straight fighting, straight hands. Another one of my friends said, put on Winter Soldier right now. Just the fighting, the action, the combat in this movie is insane, and it's just entertaining the entire time. Bucky Barnes, this is the best iteration of Bucky Barnes that we've ever seen. Probably one of the best iterations of Cap we've ever seen. I mean, look at that suit. But at number 2, I have Civil War, aka Avengers 3 with no Thor. I mean, the introduction to Spider-Man, Black Panther, it's all great. The banter between Tony and Cap, that's also great. I still don't know why this movie wasn't considered an Avengers movie, maybe because the original 6 was not here, but I'm still on Iron Man's side, not for the Sokovia Accords, just for the fact that Cap is constantly fighting for his boyfriend. But at number 1, the best MCU movie ever made, it was probably already known once you clicked on this video. I've got Avengers Infinity War. I mean, I don't think anything can defeat the feeling in 2018 watching it for the first time and seeing that Thanos actually won. And I mean, for me personally, I got Infinity War Thor out of it. If they're going to keep giving me garbage like Thor Love and Thunder, I can always look back on Infinity War. Just a perfect MCU movie in my opinion. So well written, so well paced, so well scored. It's just great. But let me know down in the comments, do you hate my list? Do you like my list? What's your list? What's your hot takes? Make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It helps me out a ton. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, and I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one.